Hello everyone, I'm bringing to you a video which we take a first look at Porygon-Z. Yes, that's with a Z. I've got a rough team around it. I've gone for quite simple Galarian Gunfisk and Azumarill, which you've almost certainly run into before, so I'm not going to go into that in too much detail. The Porygon, I've just got a lock on and try attack. It's a wild catch from Community Day. I haven't invested in the second move yet because I wanted to try it out first to see if it was, worth dropping the Stardust on. So with that in mind, I'm going to hop into some matches and we'll kick it off. Now, one of the things you'll know is this has got some bad ratings on PV Poke, just because it is very, very frail. It's got a quite high attack and therefore not a lot of bulk. So we'll go into first matchup and Azumarill. So we're just charging up the tri attack and we're going to throw that into some lag at the Azumarill. There we go. Didn't quite hit all the dots, but I'll blame the lag for that. And there we go. Got the debuff on the first shot, and so we're going to go to put up a shield and soak the ice beam that's incoming. There we go, ice beam, and go for another tri attack. See if we can get another debuff going through. And it lands. Does a useful chunk there. You see, and we might have got another shield in another context, but we're not going to invest in another shield here, so we're going to let it go. So we've lost a straight fight with Azumarill, but we've brought in the thing that Azumarill normally counters. Now the idea here is that because we've got that debuff, they're going to want to stay in and throw water at us, but we can return fire and take it out with Rock Slide. There we go. Does slightly more damage because of the debuff. Raichu comes in, that's not going to like his Earthquake, so that's fine by me. We'll stay there with that and throw an Earthquake. And again, charge up for another Earthquake. This is probably a Grass Knot incoming, which hits us for neutral, but not for enough to matter. So we're going to go for another Earthquake, and this should finish off. Oh, not quite. Because I had the energy loaded, I decided to shield again. I wasn't quite sure if the Grass Knot would finish us at this range, so off with the Earthquake again, and this should finish the job. And there we go, and we're down to Raichu, and we've got an Altaria left. So our Azumarill in the back is going to like that, and our Rock Slide is also going to like that. So we throw the Rock Slide. We're hoping they'll Sky Attack us to finish us off before we get to another Rock Slide. And they do, which is good. Which means they've unloaded all their energy, which means they're pretty much helpless when Azumarill comes in with its double resistance to Dragon, and my opponent knows that and concedes. Next up, we're going to do the same again. Lead the Porygon-Z into a Swampert. Now, our charge rate's fast, their charge rate's fast. I'm not actually sure whose is faster, so we'll see who gets the charge move first. Okay, so we outpace a Swampert maybe, or maybe they're holding some energy. But either way, we get to our potential debuff first. They return with a Hydro Cannon. That looks like a CMP tie to me, so it looks like we're pretty close. Hydro Cannon incoming. This will probably do us a lot of damage, so we're going to go for another one and see if we can get that to land. No, they get the next Hydro Cannon out, so they were overcharging earlier. And that takes us out. So that's us gone, and hasn't done very much useful. We can possibly still win the match. We've got a shield and an Azumarill, but it's not looking too good. So we'll see. Expecting a bait here, but can't really afford to risk it being a Sludge Wave. So we're going to throw an Ice Beam back and see if that takes the last shield. And it does. We get their shield out. So we're going to go again and try and get to another Ice Beam. Now this probably is the Sludge Wave because they didn't use it before, and they should have enough energy now. And there we go. Ouch. But still, it always impresses me that for something super effective against Azumarill, it doesn't actually manage to finish the job. Azumarill's just that sturdy. So 2 versus 2, we've got no energy, but they've got a Vigoroth, so that's okay. We resist Vigoroth's fast moves. The Body Slam we don't, so that takes us out. In comes the Galarian Stunfisk, which again, it's super effective in the fighting, but it resists Body Slam. This seemed a bit quick, so no, it's not Bulldoze. I assume they don't have Bulldoze, because it would be a really good idea at this point. This match might well go the other way, actually, if they had a Bulldoze, but it seems not. So we're going to try and get a bit of a farm down going, and if they've got Bulldoze again, we're in trouble, but Body Slam. No, okay, so okay, this is going to require a bit of luck, but maybe double Rock Slide on the Skarmory. We're going to do some damage, and it's not going to work. It's not going to finish the job, is it? Still, it's close, but no cigar. And Porygon didn't do us a lot of work in this matchup. Got a shield off Swampert, but left it with plenty of health and plenty of energy. So, next up, we lead into Dugong. Dugong is a well-known debuff, and with Icy Wind and Ice Shard, and we're going to just sort of throw Tri-Attacks at it and see how that stinks. We're doing neutral to each other, so it looks like they're going to debuff us, and we're going to debuff them, and we'll just see how that plays out. Going to shield their Icy Wind. Now we're into a shield deficit here, which is not great, but we get to another Tri-Attack, so hopefully we can get that other shield off them. There we go. So their shield comes up. They've debuffed us twice, and do we want to go for the last one? Yes, let's put that shield up and see how it does. If they're reducing our attack and we're reducing their attack and defense, it should actually average out about even, because we hit them with 2 debuffs on a 50% chance, and they hit us with one with a 100% chance. And that last Tri-Attack, there we go. One last Tri-Attack coming out, and there we go. That's taken the Dugong almost all the way down. It's made it comfortably farmable. That's good. And it's also debuffed and used its energy. So we're going to bring in the Azumarill. We're going to finish off the Dugong and get a little bit of energy lead for Cresselia that comes up next. So shields are down now, so we're going to go straight for a Hydro Pump, because they both hit neutral, and Hydro Pump does considerably more. Hydro Pump onto the Cresselia, takes off half its health, and we go for a quick switch to try and catch whatever it threw, which is probably a Grass Knot, and there we go. Now we switched to catch that because the ground and steel, it means it's neutral, rather than super effective against the Azumarill, and gets us an energy lead. Machamp comes in. This is a problem for Galarian Gunfisk, but not when shields are down. Goodbye, Machamp. And next up, Cresselia comes out again, and I don't think they can do much about this now. So, incoming Grass Knot again. I'm not sure if this will finish the job. Not quite. There we go. So we throw the Earthquake back, and that will be a good game. Did a bit more work that time, but still lost a straight fight with the Dugong. So, still not all that impressed with Porygon. Next up, what do we have? Leading into a Skarmory. This resists everything we've got, so we're going to go for a quick switch to a Azumarill, and which does neutral. Incoming Sky Attack probably, and we're just going to let it land. I want to say the shield's up for our Glass Cannon. Hydro Pump onto the Stunfisk, which will do super effective. They do super effective in return with their electric moves, so it's an even trade really. It looks like a good fight, but it's quite tight depending on how the shields and the energy land on these ones. Discharge, of course, does super effective in return, so we should be able to do quite a bit with an Ice Beam. We go for the Ice Beam, not the Hydro Pump, because I don't think we're going to get to another Hydro Pump. And up comes the shield, so that's okay anyway. We've got the shield. 2 shields down, which is good for us. Great place to be, right? We're 2 shields down and 2 shields up, and in a good position for the last matchup. But here we go. Let's bring the Porygon out and see what it can do. Mud Bomb doesn't do a lot of damage, so perhaps I shouldn't have shielded that. But we'll throw the Tri-Attack back. See if this will take it down. There we go. Nearly. That's not bad. And got the debuff. So we're going to let this one land and see what happens. Mud Bomb, even with a debuff, knocks down almost half our health, and so there's an Azumarill left. And well, I'm not sure I like where we are now, because we've got an Azumarill and that does super effective to us, so we're going to be using up shields. But we can throw the Earthquakes back in return because they've got no shields to stop them. So we should be able to take out the Azumarill here, but that does still mean we've got a Skarmory facing off against our normal type, which means we're probably going to lose. But let's play it out anyway. There goes the Earthquake. We'll finish off the Azumarill. I'm going to shield here because this has more play against Skarmory than Porygon does, but I don't think it's going to have enough. But there we go. Mud shot it down, and so we should be able to get a Rock Slide. I'd forgotten about that. That I don't think it would have made a difference, but if I'd landed the Rock Slide on the Skarmory, maybe that would have made a bit more difference. We are going to get to 1 here. There we go. But because it's flying and steel, it resists and takes super effective, so it cancels out. And we're not going to get to another one, and even if we did, that wouldn't have done the job. They've got Sky Attack ready. Actually, they've probably got Brave Bird ready, so that will be game over. Goodbye. And next up, leading into a loading lag. Joy. There we go. Bit of a lag on loading, which means we got delayed, and looks like they've had an energy lead on us, which is not a good place. We're going to shield the rock slide, go for the tri attack, and they got to another rock slide. So they've clearly had an energy advantage on us. So we're just going to let this one land, and there we go. Rock slide almost does one shot us. So try and get the tri attack out, see if this does anything useful, and the answer is no, not really. We're going to take out our own Galarian Gunfisk and see if we can finish this. They're probably about to Earthquake us. Yeah, there it is. But we can Earthquake them in return, so this may well get the shield off them. And it does, so that's good. But we're still equal shields and lagging behind amount of damage done, so not a good place to be. Earthquake there. Takes a good chunk off the Azumarill, but finishes us off. So we'll probably bring out the Porygon and see if we can get to Tri Attack. The answer is no. And bring out the Azumarill now, which, well, 1 versus 3 and equal shields. I don't think this is ending well for us, do you? Well, we'll go for it anyway. They've got Play Rough too, so it's almost not worth shielding at this point. I can't hit them hard enough. They can hit neutral. But Hydro Pump will still take a chunk off them. We're going to bait with the Ice Beam, just on the off chance that will get the shield from them. And no shield. Go for another Ice Beam because we don't think we'll get to the Hydro Pump. But this is more, just trying to get our own back a bit. Don't even quite take out the Azumarill. So we're going to shield, finish that off because it's slightly less embarrassing to, have a full team left. In comes Skarmory. We can hit that decently with the Ice Beam again, or the Hydro Pump, but not quite. Either way, it wouldn't have taken it out, and this would still have landed. So, good game to my opponent. And there we go. That's 5 matches played. 2 of them won, and I think honestly only one of them did the Porygon do anything useful. I think it's got some potential perhaps as a lead loser and a debuffer, but I don't see it really having all that much traction in Great League. I suggest you save your Stardust. Thank you, goodbye.